He's had experience, he's had interactions with nurses that have convinced him that nurses are very, very special people who deserve a tremendous amount of support. And that was reinforced for him when he had a stroke about a year and about 16 months ago, I think.
January the 20th.
January? Yeah, so about 16 months ago.
Yeah.
And they told him he didn't have a whole lot of chance of recovering. The doctor did, that is. But the nurses got in there and worked with him and helped him maximize his recovery. And you can see him today. He's doing very, very well. But that inspired him to support nurses even more.
It's hard for me to say it in words, and it might be easier for me if the boss over here just says what I'm doing now and then tell you why I'm doing it.
Okay. Mr. Bershad wants to support nursing, and he has decided to pay the tuition for those of you who are first years who are coming back in the fall. He is going to cover your tuition for the first semester.
Now we've got the easy stuff. Now here's the hard stuff. I'm a guy who's been very, very, very lucky. But I have a huge amount of debt that I cannot pay back. And I tried so hard, but I can't do it. I was given my mother and brother, my father, who were wonderful people, and they're all gone. When I had no food, a prick, probably the word, or sometimes I get excited about that. A foreigner. He worked in a pizza restaurant, and he eventually traded out to his own business. And he fed me when I had no food. A Dr. and Mrs. Friedman found me a place to live when I was going to live in a couch in the garage. How can I say thank you? What can I do? My dear friend, Dr. Peter Julian, saved my life in cancer in 2006. What do you say? There isn't anything that you can say other than thank you. What do I want to do right now? I want to get the best education that you can. But I would tell you this, I think doctors and nurses are privileged. Privileged because they are going to do great things for those. They're going to be wonderful. You're going to feel elated, and you're going to see sad. It's not going to be easy. The first time I was in my ICU, and my legs were great, my arms were great, my head was pretty good, but the doctor said I will never speak again. And if I could, I might make it to 50%. Well, I was in the Marines, and the one thing I've always learned, we do not quit. Whatever it is, we do not quit. And the doctor says, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Bershad, that's the way it is. No, it isn't. My therapist, my nurses, they have saved my life, but I still owe debts. What does it mean when a patient is frightened, is in bed, and the door opens, and someone comes up and says, Mr. Bershad, I'm your nurse, Mrs. Francis. We're gonna get well together. What does that mean? What it means to me, I can't say thank you. I can't speak. I don't want to die, but I don't want to live like this. The nurses come to me as an individual, and I put my hand and I touched her like this, and I said no words, but we understood each other. We will go it together. This is a privilege. My God, I wish I had a privilege like all of you. I wish I could just one time say to one person, he saved my life. That would be something. To take out a check and write it down and give it to someone and say, this will be great. For me, that's nothing. If I can just say one time, just one more time, please, please let me better someone else's life. Please help me. What can I do? This is something for your entire life that will change. Shortly, for some of you, more later, you'll get this little piece of metal. Pin. It means so much to all of you. Think about it. The pin is there. You've read all the books, spoke with all the lectures, you've heard the millions of words, and now you're a nurse. No, you're not. The first time that nurse sees the first patient and looks at you and says, we will together, then you'll be a nurse. And you'll be a nurse for the rest of your life. I've had great success in business. I've had great friends. If I thought about all the things I've done in my life, and it's time for me to leave, if I could honestly say that I just helped one more person, helping others, I've had a very, very rich life, and I'm so thankful that I could be with you guys. Thank you.